And good morning and welcome back to the GDFL Netball Show. Now, just before we have a look at today's games, Justine, are you going to be playing netball anywhere between now and end of the year at all? You got any plans to play netball, or are you just going to... no, nothing at all?
I'm looking forward to having a game in the GFL, hopefully. Trained earlier this week and we'll see how we go today. Just really treating the rest of this year as a long pre-season and have a good think about what I want to do next season and go from there.
And what about Nicole, your sister? What's she going to do?
Well, because she's
not
she's
so
out
well,
for the season anyway. So
Yep.
And being halfway through a season, it might be a bit hard to pull a few players over to a new club and not fair on the people there. So we'll just sit tight and see how we go.
Oh, that's good. Maybe you can go along there and help out one of the GFL teams. That'd be good.
Yeah, definitely.
Keep fit. Keep a
Definitely.
finger in it.
Thank you.
And what about next year? You planning on doing anything next year?
I'm planning on playing next year.
Yep. In the GDFL?
At this stage, I'd like to come back to the GDFL. I've spoken to a few people about next season already and just see how we go. I've got a few things to think about first. Travel's one. I'm now up in Werribee, so it's quite a fair way to drive down to Geelong and surrounding areas.
Does Lynn from Werribee know you're in Werribee?
Yes, they do.
Oh, okay. She said anything to you?
Not in recent weeks. No, not in. I haven't spoken to her recently. No.
Ah, okay. All right then. Okay. We'll leave that one there then. We'll see what happens next year. Now, this later on today, Anarchy are hosting Winchelsea at Anarchy. Flick, how do you think the Winch girls will go at Anarchy?
I think Winch will pull it away, but we really enjoy playing against Anarchy. I think playing against one of those really countrysides like what we are, and being that bit further out of town too, it's often just a really friendly, family-orientated day. So, but Winch should have a good win there. So.
Okay. I think the next game probably going to be the game of the day, Bellpost Hill versus Thompson. That's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, it's at the Hills home ground.
At the Hill, and I know Terry's going to try a little something at the start and in the first quarter against Thompson and see what happens. He's got a little bit of a game plan there.
Yep.
I think it was close last time. Thompson beat them by about 10 or 12 last time.
Still fairly close though. That's
but
winnable.
at three-quarter time, they were only in front by 3. So I think, Terry will be hoping to and really, this is the third spot on the ladder for Bellpost Hill. If they can beat Thompson, they'll remain third, I think.
Good confidence there for the finals too.
Absolutely. But of course, Sonia Harris, she ain't going to be just letting the game go, sitting down. So her and the girls will come out firing, no doubt. Nicole Traynor there in goals with Rebecca White, Georgie Young there in defence. Davis in the centre there also. So they've got a good side. And I'm sure Bellpost Hill going to have a tough day at it.
Yep.
Next game down at Inverleigh, they're hosting Werribee. And, we've been really happy with the way Inverleigh have been travelling this year with all their young girls out there, plus a few of the older heads also leading the way at Inverleigh. I think, though, Werribee probably going to be, once again, too strong.
And we were saying before in the break that the game was close to the first quarter when these two teams played each other in that first couple of rounds there. So if Inverleigh can hold on to their tightness in the first quarter and maybe brawl it into the second, we might see a bit closer scores. But I think Werribee are just way too tight. So
yeah. Next game, East Geelong at home hosting Belmont. I don't know. It's interesting. I think East Geelong will come away with the win, but I think Belmont there. I mean, I'm sure that we know now that they're missing a couple of girls out of their A grade side, so they're probably not going to be as strong as what they were a few weeks ago. But I think East Geelong should come home with the points there.
Yeah. What was the scoreline like last time you played?
I can't really remember what it was like last time we played. I know it was pretty close for the first half, and then we pretty much fell away after that. So
10 or 15, I think, in year, Justine.
It was quite a fair bit in the end.
Yeah. So probably going to have to go east again this week and see whether they can jump back into the 5 or not.
Yeah, they'd be hoping to.
Next game, which also is going to be a great game, down at Corio. Corio are hosting North Geelong. Now that will be a tough game.
Physical.
That will be a tough physical game. No holds barred. And I think if we could quote Bomber Thompson, blood will be spilled. So, look, I don't know. It's going to be tough. North Geelong playing good netball lately.
They are.
Had a great game against Belpost Hill a few weeks ago. Just went down by 2 goals. They've beaten Inverleigh last week by 10. Although Corio had a great game last week against Bannockburn, beating Bannockburn by 20. And Corio, even though they're out of the 5 at the moment, I think they're looking to maybe trying to sneak in if they can.
I think North will win, but I think it'll be a close game, only for the fact that because North have had those hard couple of games, they'd be playing very good netball at the moment and really getting into that way of playing. So whereas Corio have had a few ups and downs with the ladder on easier sides and harder sides. So Corio also playing quite a few juniors at the moment, so that may affect them. I'm not sure what their game plan is for this week, but I think North will come out on top. I believe should only be 5 or 10 in it.
Well, Danielle Davis for Corio in goals for the last couple of weeks and doing a great job as well. And if Corio wants to get into the 5, they've got to win this weekend.
Yeah,
You've got to tick this off as a win, or else their final campaign's over, I would say.
Yep.
Last game of the round, West Geelong hosting Bannockburn. Another interesting game also. West Geelong, of course, gone through the season so far without a win. And Bannockburn have got a couple, I think, under their belt there, haven't they?
Yep.
So, look, I'm sure that West Geelong will be trying to pull out all stops and trying to record their first win for the season. Yeah, what do you reckon, Justine? You think West or Bannockburn?
I'm hoping Geelong West this week, actually.
Yeah.
It would be nice for them to get a win.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we'll see what happens there. Now, look, what we've already sort of touched on the A grade ladder. We'll just quickly go through the B grade ladder.
Sure.
Werribee Central's, of course, on top of the ladder again there. That's a nice wide shot.
It says, of course.
Well, my God, and 12 games and no losses, same as the A grade side. Thompson, 10 have had 1 draw and 1 loss. They're sitting second on the B grade ladder. Belpost Hill are sitting third, 10 games, 1-1, exactly the same as the A grade ladder. Look, I'm just getting the wind up here. I was going to go on. Corio and Anarchy make up the 5. Have a great day in netball today, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you next week with some more goss from around the leagues. Have a good day, and on behalf of Flick, myself, and Justine, thank you for coming in.
No worries.
We'll see you next week. Have a good one.